YouTube, this is Mark coming to you live in living color with the power of Spectrum Internet and with the public of YouTube coming to you live or pre-recorded now from my live studio audience. Just pre-recorded my live studio audience. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now, let's discuss Xbox One. Many YouTubers are saying Xbox One is dead and gone. If the Xbox One Scorpio does not sell, and it's almost right now, if the Xbox One Scorpio, whatever it's called, fails to sell 5-6 million units, it has to sell 2, 3, 4, 5 million units. I'm gonna say the first month it needs to sell probably about almost 7-8 million units to be relevant, and that's a lot. But look at the PS4. PS4 sold like what, 2.3 million in like 2 weeks when it came out, and sold out in many stores many times. It took me until December 23rd, 2013 to get one. Been out for since November of 2013, so almost a whole month. Took me a month to get one. I bought one at Best Buy. I found out they were on sale. But they had them in. I went there and bought one at work. The day under killed people to get there. I bought that and killed on Shadowfall, and I haven't looked back ever since. But when I got the Xbox One, I had to get rid of the damn freaking DRM policies, and I waited 9 months and got mine around April of 2014 or so, because I didn't want I didn't want to connect. And I knew without the connect to be $100 cheaper, and it was. I bought it for $399, same price as the PS4. So I bought both of mine at the same price as PS4, and Goldie Dot price lower than that. They dropped the prices down constantly so much that the Xbox One has practically become irrelevant. There's no games anymore for it. Halo Master Collection. I bought the game solely for that one, but I also bought it for Sunset Overdrive, Titanfall was a good game, Dead Rising 3 is a good game. Beat that one. Didn't beat it, but I got the very end of it. Good. Rise is okay, but when you've seen, like I've seen, even to this day, Halo Master Collection is still broken. I mean, the game's been out for a couple of years, and the game is still broken. It doesn't work. It has issues. The game didn't work at all. The campaign didn't even load. The campaign on Halo 2 had issues where you hear sound, but you won't see anything. It happened a lot. Now, with the updates they updated like crazy, okay? And that's about it. That game is still broken. Okay? And what happens is now you have games that came out like Gears of War 4 that was not considered very well. You had many games come out that are only for the Xbox didn't do very well. He had Quantum Break that didn't do very well. I mean, you had, Gears of War, Halo 5 wasn't very well deceived. It was a good game, but didn't do great. Halo Wars 2 just went in the total garbage. Went in the toilet. People didn't even get behind it at all. Xbox itself is literally dead in the toilet. It's literally spinning a little bit, and it's seeing the iceberg coming towards itself. And just like Titanic, They had, a pair of binoculars to see the iceberg coming, just like the Titanic should have, because it was in the officer's cabin, closet, or cabin locked. They could have, averted out the way. Many icebergs has come across the PS4 and Xbox One over its lifetime, and some shins the Xbox, some shin the PS4. But the PS4 having so much momentum, didn't have an issue with it. He had a couple issues with the PS4 Slim that was not very well received. The Pro doing very well. The VR selling pretty good. So the PlayStation has very good, but with the Xbox you don't have much for it. And the Xbox ain't going to get those games unless they start getting into IPs. Now you can't have the tired, dead out franchise like Halo trying to save the day. Granted, they're now calling the Xbox One Scorpio a in-between console. They said it'd be a whole new experience. Now they're calling it an in-between console. My question is, why in the world do you call it an in-between console if you've been calling it for the last year or so the brand new ultimate gaming console, game machine? It's really hard to understand. It's really hard to grasp a hold of something like this without really taking center stage to start thinking about it. You know what I mean? You have to start thinking about things like this. You can't look at things as being the cup half full or half empty. You have to look at it as is a cup full or empty. It's both. The cup half full and half empty at the same time. There's two different illusions there. Illusions. And Xbox Scorpio is one of those illusions. It's saying that it's going to be the ultimate gaming PC of all game console of all time. And I have to agree it will be. But they got to understand that the games they have for it are nothing more than just updated versions of Halo 5, Gears of War 4, Master Chief Collection, games like that just look better and don't have any new IPs for it. What's the point to spend $500 more? What's the point of spending $500 more, on a gaming console that says does 4K, and it does 4K, and it can be good if it does. We'll see if it does 4K 60 or 4K 30. 4K 60, then that's a modern marvel, because most PCs can't do 4K 60. And that'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I doubt that. If it does 4K at 4K at 55, 4K at 60, but drops to 45 to 50, then to me, pop open the bubbly, Xbox has a winner. Just call it Xbox 360, the Xbox Scorpion. Just take the Xbox One and throw it in the garbage can because it ain't worth anything. Just go ahead and skip that. Then I'll go out and buy one. Even though I have a 4K TV. It says it's supposed to make the 1080p games look better. Take games like Dead Rising 3 and make it look up to 1080p. So if you get 1080p TV, it'll make the games look better in 1080p. Personally, I'm not a big fan of buying a console to play old games on it. But the Xbox itself is in state of emergency. It may not matter. What difference does it make if it again comes out with $500 and it's, a beast of a machine where it doesn't do anything other than, upscale all the games to 1080p or 4K. All your old ones. That's pretty cool to have. But I'm not interested in that. I want new IPs. I want new games. If I'm saving money to buy an Xbox One and not buying a PC that can do that anyway. Microsoft, Xbox division, you need to sell it to me. Because I am the hardened consumer that we're not buying the Xbox. I don't go buy an Xbox box because Bill can take a dump in it and put Xbox on it and fanboys fight over it. I'm not doing that. That's not how I am. You need to sell to me, the consumer, who buys these consoles every couple of years. Tell me why this is better than me going out and buying a PC that does it for $700, $800 that I can upgrade myself or take it to a Doghouse Computers or a friend who can upgrade it for me, or to the manufacturer, the local store in town to do it for me. So why should I sit there and jump into that? Spend $500 on a console to have to upgrade anyway, because the PS5 be coming out probably a year after that, or 18 months or 2 years after that. See, the Dark Cloud is like with the Dreamcast, always had Dark Cloud over it, and it was called Dark Cloud, what was called the PS2. This Dark Cloud is coming to call PS5. And the Xbox One, Scorpio knows, and Xbox knows that, if they don't hit a one out of the park and make one happen, it ain't gonna matter how much games they put out there. Doesn't matter if they have all the IPs in the world out there. If people don't buy this damn thing, if they don't sell at least 1 million, 2 million in the first 2 weeks, it ain't gonna matter. It will be dead in the water. They have to start selling consoles. They have to give the damn thing away, something. Because if they don't start, if they give away for $1. If you buy an Xbox One, we'll give you a Scorpio. We're buying a Scorpio, we'll give you 5 free games for free or whatever, something. Buy a Scorpio and we'll give you 5 used games for free. That is something. And that is better than nothing. And that would be better than nothing. And that will be good. And that will be good for Xbox. Now granted, they didn't make it down. They ain't gonna make money off that. Xbox division never made $1 off the console except when Halo 2 came out. And that's back about almost 15, 16 years ago. Almost 10 years ago now. Well over 10 years ago. 11 years ago. A little longer than that. So the console has never made money fully off the console anyway. The company never has. So it ain't like anything new to them. But they really gotta look at this, because if this is the last game console they're gonna have, let's say future-proof for 2 years, then boom, PS5 comes out, does 4K but also does 8K, or does 6K or 4.5K or whatever it's gonna be in between, or does 4K but supports an update and a malware to produce 8K gaming. Then put one Scorpio, goes right in the toilet. Well, whoosh, and down it goes with Xbox. Because now they gotta come out with a console that does 8K gaming to compete with Sony. And once again, Xbox is one way behind, following Sony again. Just like they were since day one. Now 360, they won it. But they lost last part of the generation because PS3 came roaring back. Because they found, the secret formula. They found the Xbox's, play sheet and running plays, and just start scoring to baskets and winning some small games. And they actually won the last generation because Last of Us and games like that came out. The Xbox is going towards the TV television kind of retardation thing. The TV television, TV on TV, while watching TV. That's what the Xbox One is supposed to be. Anyway, though, moving on. What they need to do is really find out what's really not working with Microsoft. If it's Phil Spencer, if it's people who's behind him, under him, around him, whatever, something has to give. The Xbox is a good system, but I hardly ever use it. I used to listen to music because it had the volume control on it, where the PlayStation 4 does not. I use a headset here for the PS4, but they don't have volume control, only the Xbox One does. Now I can buy a headset that has volume control on PS4, but I'm like, it's kind of weird. I may end up doing that, because then if I have that, I won't have to have an Xbox at all. So you see where I'm coming from on that, though. And that's why I tell people, it's just, if the Xbox One does not start selling consoles or start moving and getting people so irked up that they have to buy a one Scorpio, it ain't gonna sell. They can sell for $1 and it won't move. And that's saying something. That's saying a lot. They can sell it for $1 and it won't move. Because it's not how cheap it is. It's what it does for the consumer. And what it does for me is make me wonder, I can wait an extra year or two and buy a PS5 and do almost 4K to 8K gaming. See, I don't care about resolution that much. I have a 1080p screen that does 40i to 1080p. It doesn't bother me. I bought it like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay? It doesn't bother me. But what bugs me is, it's just this Xbox garbage that people just be spewing. But I'll see you guys later.